on, chickens, come on. Alright, today's going to be a bit of a different video. I threw my back out yesterday, so we're just going to do a Q&A because we had company over the weekend and we didn't have a chance to film, and now these are filming days and I can't help Greg with any work, so we're always getting a ton of questions. We figured this would be perfect time to sit down and answer them and give everyone a big update, so that's what we're going to do. It's finally cleared out with smoke. There's still that distant haze. We actually had a few hours the other night where even the distant haze was gone, which was awesome. The other night we had the huge plume of smoke over there from one of the big fires, which was freaky. Nothing close to us, but it was still obvious, very obviously a wildfire. Alright, so one of the first questions, we'll do the garden stuff first, was how are we getting pollinators in the greenhouse? We've got a hole up at the top and a hole in the door, and that allows any bugs to come in and go out. I've also been self-pollinating the zucchinis and trying to do the squash. I'm finding the flowers aren't really lining up, so zucchinis are doing okay. The squash that I have in here is just growing. Actually, I need to bring the scissors back out here so that I can trim all the ends so that it starts producing squash instead of just growing bigger and bigger. Okay, so we had another question about preserving food. I'm planning with the tomatoes to preserve some. I've already preserved the basil. We're probably gonna have to do another round of that pretty soon here. And then zucchini I would like to get in the freezer so we can do zucchini breads and stuff like that. We've only got the one plant, so we aren't actually getting a whole lot of zucchini so far. And then cucumbers aren't doing good, and we've talked to multiple people that have said their cucumbers aren't doing good this year, so I don't know if we'll get much of that. But I'd like to do some salsa and that sort of stuff, pasta sauces with the tomatoes. And probably do a little bit of canning, a little bit of freezing. Can't really do dehydrating because we don't have a dehydrator, and I don't know if I'll be buying one this year. So we'll just be making do with what we got.
Are you excited to build your forever home or feeling burnt out? Have you been planning your home? Can you tell us a little bit about it? Hope your back heals quickly, Katie. So we are excited to build our forever home. It seems so far off in the distance because we have so many things that we're doing right now. And as far as feeling burnt out, we always have this kind of ebb and flow like anyone does in normal life when you work too much or whatever. But it's been nice because we've been having friends and family come visit almost every weekend here. So it's been a little bit of a juggle getting our videos together and having time with our friends and family. But we are absolutely excited for our forever home. We need to figure out where we're going to build it. That's the biggest problem right now. After we're done that, we're going to figure out what it's going to look like. So very excited.
Also burnt out.
Also burnt out. Half the time.
Alright, the next question is, are we going to be upgrading our solar system? We would absolutely love to get a few more batteries, but that being said, our system is totally sufficient. The only kind of downside is we had to run the generator a few times in the winter, so it would be really nice to have a few more panels, which we have, and we've just got to get them installed pretty soon here. But our neighbors were buying some solar panels, so we just jumped in on their order and they went and picked it up and delivered them for us, which was so awesome. But we've got to get those installed sometime soon. So we've got another 5,000 watts here to install as soon as we can. We'd also really like to get our current solar panels lifted up off the ground a little bit, because in the winter it did suck having them down so low. But that being said, it's not really a super high priority for us because it is functional.
Other than your meat chickens and your pigs, do you have plans to farm any other animals for harvesting meat? Will you be putting fish in the freezer? Also, will you be doing any hunting for grouse, caribou, moose, or black bear? Well, I am really looking forward to doing some hunting this fall. We'll probably go for a couple deer just this year. We have the pigs, we've got the meat birds. We have cattle, but we're not eating them because they're gonna give us babies and then we're gonna eat their babies. But so maybe next year we'll get a couple feeder cattle, which are half-grown cattle that we're gonna finish on our pasture out here. But other than that, that's pretty much what we're gonna do for our protein. We would like to expand on what we're doing in the garden there, but everything comes in time.
And with that being said, Greg has his hunting license and PAL license for having a firearm. I don't have those, so I can kind of just help with the processing with any hunting we do, and that's kind of it. So
someone was asking about what kind of firearms we have, and I have a 12 gauge shotgun, a 30-06. I have a 410 shotgun and a 22, which pretty much cover anything that we need out here.
I had a question about the names for all of the chickens. Most of them have names. Some of them I haven't really figured out names for them, but I'll just do a really quick overview of who everyone is for the ones that do have names. And actually recently, Greg mentioned we had a huge mite infestation, and we actually lost Eddie, the little tiny rooster, and Silky Boy, the silky rooster. Silky Boy was about 6 years old, and those were my two favorite chickens. So I was really sad that we lost them. And I checked them during the day and I never saw anything on them, so I couldn't figure out why they died. And then after that we found the mite infestation, and I learned that the mites are nocturnal, so they weren't on the birds in the day, they were in the coop. So check your birds at night and in the day, and put diatomaceous earth around. I've done that before, but I haven't really kept up with it because I never really saw anything going on. So yeah, rest in peace to my little buddies. I will introduce you to the new rooster we've got too.
So as you can see, Scorblechuck's still kicking around. She was originally one of our meat birds, but we originally thought we had a really tough rooster around here that was being hard on the chickens, but now we realized that this was mites that was causing this problem, which yeah, everybody's getting better now, but that mite infestation was millions, and it was all of a sudden. I didn't notice it at all, and I went in the coop at night, but when I pulled everything out of the coop, let's put it this way, I had to wash my hair a long time to get them all out. So they were everywhere. There's millions of them. But little Scorblechuck is still kicking it. She's our meat chicken that had a hurt neck when she was little, and I just didn't have the heart to, put her in the freezer. So even though she looks rough, she's still healthy and having fun.
We've got Ezzy or Esmeralda. We've got the Rondas, which are 3 Rhode Island Reds. There's 3 of them kicking around. We've got Little Red. Here. Big Rooster Boy is Rodney. There's a few of these Orpingtons, which are the Golden Girls. We got Big Mama hiding under here.
Little fancy pants.
We've got Little Berta, Cranbaby Baby. Sally is the white one, Snaggles is the black one. This little gray one is Cranbaby. She's like 9 years old, I think. We've got Yu, who's one of my favorite hens, and she's got a messed up leg. Cranbruce, because we thought this is Cranbaby's baby, and we thought it was a rooster, but it's actually a hen. This is Little Fancy, because she's so fancy.
She's so fancy.
She's so small. Put her on your hand. Little Fancy. Got Little Wife as a Silky. One of the Golden Girls.
Watch this.
We've got Little Stormy and Lucky Boy Rooster, because he has avoided the rooster clear out multiple times now.
Ow. I'm gonna get your eggs. Ow.
Jeez. And this is Little Rastaman. He is the new Surrema rooster. And he's very nice. And we've got 3 little guineas that are always outside of the fence. They don't really have names, but they run around. Actually, the dark gray one is Abigail. We've got Aura. This is Hayu. Come on, Hayu! Hayu! And Peebs. Peebs lives with the goats.
Paintbrush.
Peebs! And then we've also got the 5 little chicks running around. They don't go in the chicken run. They're just living free, and I'm leaving it that way because we got too many chickens and I didn't want any more chicks, but they happened. Snaggles was the mom, and she has gone back to the chicken run, and these just left her babies to take care of themselves. So they're out there somewhere around. There they are, hiding under the goat pen. Okay, we've had a few questions about what's next once we finish the cabin. We're planning to do a deck, which we wanted to be working on today, but I can't be lifting concrete and that sort of stuff. So deck, one of our neighbors had milled up a shed structure for his own property that he didn't end up using. It's got the metal and everything is ready to go, and he has offered for us to buy it. So we're going to be building that pretty soon. Which is going to help a lot because I don't have the time or the energy. Well, I don't have the time really to mill everything up. We got to get this stuff covered. My motorcycle, our quad, our side-by-side, the tractor, like all these things are just weathering in the sunlight and the rain and all the weather. So we got to get a structure for them. Yeah, and we're probably going to put that where the sea can is what I'm thinking. I was also thinking we could build part of it into like an enclosure so that we could put our tools and stuff there. I don't love having the sea can because I can't just build a shelf and organize things. You'd have to like get special metal drilling tools and whatever. Weld the shelf on. Yeah, so it's really not easy, and it's not practical to buy sea cans and build off of them. So we'd rather just build actual wooden structures. Yeah. So deck, sheltered area, woodshed we need to think about. 100%. We've also had a question about why we aren't working on firewood yet. We've got lots left over from last year. It'll take one day for all of the winter. The wood is dry here, so we don't really need to season it. Yeah. So yeah, we'd like to build a woodshed for storing that as well. Mm-hmm. And what other projects? Well, siding. Oh yeah. Siding is a big thing. So it is what we're trying to do is we're trying to find enough good logs. I think we're going to be able to do it. We're going to try to find enough good logs to do some sort of board and batten style on the cabin. It means a lot to me to use what we have here and to mill it all. So we're going to be getting into that fairly soon as well. But that's what we're hoping we can do. If we can't pull it off because the wood's not good enough, we'll have to go to plan B. But plan A is milling our own siding. Mm-hmm. And we've also got all the roofing material to finish up the roof, which is going to be exciting too. Yeah, for sure. So our whole well area has finally dried up, aside from a little bit here where it overflows still. We just used a whole bunch of water, so it's way down there. But otherwise, the well has been going great. It's working awesome. We have installed a water filtration system, which is coming up in a later video, and such a huge improvement. So happy about it, and can't wait to share it with you guys. So this is another thing we're doing this year. We needed last year to get water to get inside of the cabin before winter came, and we did that successfully. Now we kind of have to clean up a couple projects, and this well is definitely one of them. I mean, there's cattle that have been walking around here, which is not a good thing. We want to put a little well house over top of this because it's really just a piece of casing coming out of the ground. And especially when we have friends with kids coming over, I don't want them going anywhere near the well because it's kind of dangerous. So I would like to put a little shed over top of this and just lock everything up, keep it nice and sanitary, get the cows out of here, put up a little fence or something, and that'll do it. Still hasn't caught one yet. Oh, there's another one. Dogs love to chase the grouse, unfortunately. All right, we got a question about haying our fields and stuff. We didn't get to do it this year just because we don't have the equipment. We'd really like to. We've also got a lot of invasive flowers and plants that are growing in here, which are pretty low value. So we've got a lot of work to do on the pasture. There's also rocks in there that we need to pull out and kind of just clean up all these, there's sticks everywhere from the fire. But I did want to show you the area that is typically a wetland that has dried up. It always dries up late summer. So we'll go down there and see how tall the grass is, because it's kind of crazy.
Into the middle of this, it's dry. We could hay this right now.
And the second part of that question is, how many bales do we need? I think we did 8 bales for the cattle, and then what was in that bundle? And then we also did a 30 bundle of square bales for the goats, and we've also since then bought them a big round bale, which they are wasting a lot of, but it's helped with not having to move them around all summer, and it's not ideal, but it's what we had to do. And yeah, so we need a lot of hay for the winter.
And we've got the tractor and we can get the hay equipment, but the question is, and if you guys know the right answer, if you're a rancher or a farmer who knows better than I, we're looking at either spending like $14,000 on new hay equipment, which is literally the cheapest stuff that we can find to run with a small tractor. Our tractor is about 35 horsepower and our PTO is 30. So leave a comment if you know what the best solution for us would be, because we're either looking at brand new hay equipment or buying old hay equipment that used to run on tractors that weren't very strong. But I'm not a very mechanical person. I don't like fixing stuff. I mean, I can do it, but it makes me frustrated. So leave a comment below. Let me know what the best haying equipment for my tractor is, which is the Coyote CK3510, and I really appreciate it.
I don't know, what do you guys think? Should we build a pond right here? So what's the deal with the side-by-side?
It's the transmission's toast on it. Not toast, but it needs to be rebuilt. And the guy that's going to be fixing it, because it's an old machine, it's taken him a while to get the parts, but he's waiting for the parts. So the sooner the better for that to come home, because we definitely need it.
Do we own a smoker or plans to buy one in the future?
We don't own a smoker, and we have to buy one in the future because we've lived this long off-grid. We've grown our own meat for many years now, and we've never owned our own smoker. So we're definitely getting one this fall.
Okay, the next one is, are you planning on living here? And if so, will you build another cabin or will you sell this cabin?
Planning on living where?
Here.
Here. Well, we are living here. And once we're done our cabin, we are going to be building a larger home that we're going to live in for the rest of our life. So it's going to be a big project. We're really looking forward to it. We're brainstorming right now, but the biggest problem is, where do we put it on 300 acres? So yes, we are
staying here forever.
We're here forever.
How long are we going to let the pigs grow out for?
A lot longer than last year. We're going to let them grow out probably till November. And now that I have a functioning thumb, we'll be able to take care of them a lot easier.
We started them a month earlier this year.
Yeah, we started them a month earlier. We figured they were size enough, but they weren't. We needed to put another month and a half on them at least.
And are we going to put AC in the house? A mini split or AC?
We are going to be putting in a mini split in the house for sure. Yeah, that will be in an upcoming episode.
Yeah, it's been really smoky and hot and we haven't been able to open the windows at night, which sucks.
Which sucks, yeah.
Is there a patter of tiny hooves on the horizon? Yes, we're pretty sure Peanut and Maple are bred. We haven't seen if Penny's bred yet, but she's got to go anytime soon now. Anytime. So next spring we'll have tiny hooves. And to piggyback off of that, we had another question about if we travel to the US ever, and we do actually have a trip planned to the US for some more tiny feet, 4 tiny feet that are extra fluffy. We're getting a puppy and we are so excited. We've had coyotes around all summer, every single night. They've been just beyond our animals and our place and howling and stuff. So we really want to get Aspen a sidekick and a male that's big and strong, so coming soon. At the old house, you stained every board before it was installed. I'm curious why you're choosing not to put anything on the wood, ceilings, and baseboard trim in this house. So we put clear coat on the ceiling and the walls originally. We didn't do the trim, and we haven't done any in the addition Mostly just laziness. I didn't want to sand everything and prep it and cover it in a clear coat, so we still might paint the ceiling, but we still have to get a few more boards in the addition to do that. So we might be doing that soon, but really it's just been laziness.
Thanks for being honest, Katie.
And then, do you ever regret moving? No, we've absolutely loved our decision. It wasn't easy. We do miss our house. It was so beautiful there, but we've got a lot more of what we really wanted out here, which was more space, more land, more projects, having a place to swim, more water, and freedom, and we just love it out here. If anything is happening off of our property, we've got enough land that it's not going to affect us. And we were finding with our 10 acres, we didn't have enough privacy and space. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Second part of that question was, do we have a Patreon? And yes, we do have a Patreon. It's always down in the description. And we release our videos early for the most part. Every now and then I'm not quite ready in time, but I try to get them out a day early for everyone over there. So if you're interested in checking that out, that would be really awesome. And also a big thank you to everyone who's already on Patreon and supporting us there. We really appreciate it. Hi! Aspen, my cows.
You leave them, Aspen. Those are my cows.
Aspen? Hey!
What are you guys doing up here? Hey, buddy. How's it going, man? Oh, my beautiful boy. Get this damn fly out of here.
Maple looks darker brown.
So it's just the light, I think.
Oh, watch out!
Me?
Yeah.
Hey, bud.
This is gonna charge you.
Hi. I bet you it's still wet in the center.
Another question we get all the time is, why don't we use the creek to generate electricity, or why don't we dig out a swimming hole in the creek or use some of the stone from the creek? And the answer to that, all of that, is it's a fish-bearing stream. So A, it's very illegal to like dig in the creek and mess with it. And two, we don't want to go through the permitting process to legally generate power from there, and getting caught messing with the fish-bearing stream is big fines, court cases, and
Serious stuff.
it's not good. So we don't want to deal with that. We can just put solar panels up. We don't need permission to do that, and it's way easier.
And the last reason is it's so far away from the cabin. It would be very expensive to run that much line. We'd be able to quadruple our solar panels to run a kilometer of like solar line that far. So, or, you know, power line that far. So
Yeah. And as for the swimming hole, we've got a really big, deep swimming hole. We don't need to dig out a spot to swim because it's already perfect. Hi!
sneaking.
Drive-by fence.
Bye, guys. This is what a drought looks like. We haven't had rain in a very long time. And I don't know if Katie's really touched on the fires. We're actually pretty good here, but there are fires large enough that we can see huge plumes of smoke localized on the horizon from the blazes that are, I mean, I think the closest one is maybe 100 kilometers away. I don't know, it's pretty far away, but yeah, BC's burning, so is the rest of the world right now, and it ain't looking good. Lucky for us, we've got places like these big wetland areas that have all dried up but have really productive green lush grass in there. So even when we have these heavy periods of no rain, the cattle still get to eat, and they still get to hide in the shade from the willows behind me. And I'm really grateful for that, because if we were just in a place like, you know, in the prairies like Manitoba or Saskatchewan, where it's just flat, if you don't have, when you have a drought and you don't have low wetland areas like this, you're buying hay, and if you're not buying hay, you're getting rid of your cattle. So I'm really grateful that we have this stockpile in here that keeps it so that even when it gets really dry like it is right now, our cattle get to eat and stay full.
Oh, there's raspberries inside too.
Rockhouse raspberries?
So to wrap it up, we've had a few questions about the rock house and what we're gonna do. We don't really know. I think we should get a roof on it so it's protected at least, but I don't know. There's a crack in this doorway header, and it's just kind of, the whole thing is kind of crappy. So we're not sure what to do.
It looks like a good place for a garden.
Yeah, there's a lot growing in here. There's also a lot of pack rats and rats and mice, so it might just be, we were thinking about putting a campsite over here for our friends and family, and this could be like a rainy day, if we ever get rain, space to hang out with like a nice roof on it. But
it's a good idea.
I don't know. Let us know in the comments what you think we should do. There are a lot of raspberries though, right here.
You better save a couple of those for me.
No.
Well, there's a little update of our life. Till Katie's back gets better, we're gonna lay low for a little bit, and then we'll have a video out for next week.
Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.